guys, so I wanted to make another quick little interjection video, giving a little more context to what you've seen and what you're gonna see. When we first got to Egypt and I first started filming the videos, I was like really not so sure how to explain it, like how their culture viewed vlogging and filming while being guided. So I was kind of nervous about it. I was very shy about it. So I didn't do the best job vlogging a lot of these temples full eye, for instance, as you can see. But as these videos progress, you're gonna notice that I got a little more comfortable. I maybe didn't talk to the camera so much still, but I was able to capture a lot more of the guides and what they were talking about, which is cool because it'll give you a little more context of what you're looking at for future temple visits. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. So don't give up on the videos just because these first ones weren't the greatest vlog capturing, because the further we go into this trip, the better the videos get in terms of quality and capturing everything. I wanted to quickly discuss Abu Simbel. As you saw, there was a part 1 and a part 2 to that. Reason being, the first day that we went, as per our itinerary, we flew down, we got off the plane, got driven down to the temples, met up with our guide, and then had roughly an hour to get in and see the temples. Unfortunately, so did everybody else with a similar itinerary, and so it was really busy that day. That being the case, we made it into the first temple, the larger of the two, Ramses temple, not into Nefertiti's, because the line for Nefertiti's was all the way from the temple to the water, which is a real long way. There was hundreds of people waiting to go into that temple. So had we gotten in that line, by the time we got inside the temple, our plane would be taking off to go back to Aswan. So we had no choice but to skip that temple and fly back to Aswan, which was really disappointing. Then, when we boarded the Nile cruise, which you're going to see in this next episode coming up Friday, our guide Hassan, for all of the Nile cruise stops, I'll link his info somewhere around here and also in the video when I actually captured some good information from him. But he let us know that he was not only our guide, but also another couple's guide who was on the ship. So we did a lot of, actually all of the stops that were guided by Hassan, we did with this other couple who were really nice. Shout out to Ava and Mateo. Hi guys. They are in Rome. Real fun people. Very cool. But yeah, so when we boarded the Farah, our guide Hassan let us know that the next morning he was taking Ava and Mateo by car down to Abu Simbel to see the temples. And Sarah and I did some inquiring with our travel coordinator, Mustafa. Shout out to Mustafa. Hey, Mustafa. We got a hold of him, let him know what the deal was, and he said no, because then you'll miss the cruise. We talked to the tour guide, and he said no, the cruise ship can't leave until we're all back on board. And since their itinerary has them going to Abu Simbel in the morning, the cruise ship can't leave until they're back on board. So what we did was we paid a little bit more to join their caravan down to Abu Simbel, and we got to go back a second time, so we got to experience both temples. And that was the part 2 of that episode, where you can see there's not so many people, and we got to go in and see all the rooms in both temples. It was way cool, way worth it. The second time, had we known that that was an option, we would have skipped flying down with the large group and just driving down with the smaller group, because it was so many less people that day. Way better. So then we got back, I don't know, 2 in the afternoon-ish, and when we got back to the ship disembarked. I got a couple of last things. At the end of this little video, I'm going to insert pictures of when they moved Abu Simbel from its original location to its current location that were given to us by our guide Hassan. He sent us pictures that I'm going to share with you, so you can see the process and a few pictures of them actually doing the moving of the temples, so you can see what was involved, because that was a crazy process. Also, I said in the room with the 4 statues, one was sort of missing the head, that I would discuss that later. Well, I totally forgot while I was filming, but I'm going to tell you right now, the significance of that room is that the sunlight coming through the entryway to the temple on 2 days a year, I think it was February 22nd and October 22nd. Originally, it was the 21st of each of those months, but when they moved it, they messed up by 1 day, the alignment. But on October and February 22nd now, I believe it is, the sun shines right through the front door straight into that room, and it illuminates the 3 figures on the right. And I'll put a picture in right here so you can see. But the 3 figures on the right, I'm going to put on the next slide the picture with the labels so you can see who they are. But the last one that doesn't get illuminated, the sun never touches it, the one on the far left, that's the death, the god of death or whatever. So that significance shows the sun hitting like the life of the three that are alive and good, essentially, and not touching the one who's bad, the death, because death is always in darkness, you know, symbolically. So it was built crazy, carved crazy. That, like I said, both those temples were just carved into the mountainside. They weren't built. They weren't cut and stacked. They were cut when they got moved, but that was the first time they'd been cut. They were carved prior to that out of the sandstone. So just a feat of marvel. That's all I had to say about that. If there's anything incorrect that I just told you right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the next couple slides. And then at the end of this, after those slides, you'll see all of the pictures of Abu Simbel being moved. Similar to Abu Simbel being moved when the high dam was built from the lower part of the mountain to the top of the mountain so that they didn't lose it to the flooding from when the dam backed up the water. Same thing happened in Aswan, just below the high dam at the Temple of Philae. So they cut that thing into 40,000 blocks, moved it up the hill, and now it sits on its own island. And you'll see that this Friday as well in this Friday's Egypt Adventure video. And the last thing I want to tell you before I go is this Friday's is also going to be cut into two pieces. It's one day, Aswan High Dam in the morning, Philae Temple in the afternoon, and then we board our cruise ship. The first time we've been on the cruise ship. So you'll see a little bit of B-roll of that. And then, we boarded in the morning. We leave the Move and Pick hotel. We board the cruise ship. It's like 11 in the morning. And then we leave from there to go to Aswan High Dam. Then we go to Philae Temple in the afternoon, and then back to the cruise ship to spend the evening. That evening, we went to the Nubian show in the cruise ship's lounge, and it was cool. The first 3 acts were real cool, you know, just those dudes dancing and having a good time. It was very cool. Then, at the end, one of the 3 guys put on his own little show or display, and holy crap, that was so funny, and I got sucked into it. So if you want to laugh, you're gonna have to watch part 2. It's probably a 20-minute long video, depending on how much I can trim off of it, and I'm not gonna put the first 3 acts, the full things in there, because they get real long. But the last act is probably 15 minutes long, but yeah, I get sucked into it, and it's pretty damn funny. That's what you have to look forward to, and that'll be part 2 of the video. I don't know if I'm gonna release it the following Friday, or maybe I'll do a twofer and put one out Friday and one out Saturday. But yeah, that'll be coming up real soon. And then hopefully these videos are going to be long, so don't hold your breath, but they might all be chopped up into part 1 and part 2 for the rest of the trip, because like I said, I tried to film everything. So, and the videos get progressively better quality of filming as we go. So yeah, it might be 2. Some of them might even be cut into 3, because we did a lot of stuff. And there's a lot I want to show you, and I don't want you to miss any of it. Yeah, so that's what's coming up. Those are the things I wanted to discuss with you. So this is the Master of None signing out of the TOY-bBOX Garage. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy these clips. We'll see you on the next one. you.